Namaste dosto, welcome back to Cross Cultural. Today we're going to watch together a video called How Indian Plans to Beat American at Its Own Game. So let's go to
Skies
check.
for decades. But that's about to change. America's F-22 and F-35, Russia's Su-57 and Su-75, China's J-20 and J-35. These are the jets grabbing all the headlines. You
Wow,
see
they're
them in
so
movies and
futuristic.
military expos everywhere. But there's one fighter jet rising quietly. Like a predator in the shadows, it's ready to strike. And it could become the West's worst nightmare. Imagine this. Their sails shrink to zero. Their air supremacy gone forever. And all of it because of
Okay.
just 4 letters, AMCA. This might be the most
AMCA.
important 4-letter word in modern military history. And today we're going to find out why. Get ready, because what comes next is going to be very spicy, Indian style.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
For over 2,000 years, India has stood as a beacon of culture, knowledge, and unimaginable wealth. And because of that, it was invaded not once or twice, but more than 25 times. India never sought conquest, but the world never stopped trying to conquer it. That's why, for India, the military is not just power, it's survival. It's a shield for everything the nation dreams of becoming. Now imagine this. You're handed the responsibility of building India's military from scratch. What do you do first? Where do you place your first $1 billion? If it were me, I'd start with the skies, because no nation is safe if its skies are vulnerable. India understood that, so they searched for the world's best, the most advanced fighter jets, the strongest air defense systems. Money was no object. And when it came to air power,
Well, I
India
want to know how much money they spent for this.
US. Over 120 F-35s were on the table. America was ready, so was India. But one decision changed everything. India chose Russia's S-400 missile defense system over American alternatives. A system that could challenge stealth, reach long ranges.
Guys, I already react to video about the military system in India, so let's check the previous video.
Dominate the skies. The US was furious. They had hoped to sell India the Patriot and THAAD systems, but now they pulled the plug on their 35 deal. Just like that. Meanwhile, Russia stepped in, offering India full access to co-develop the Su-57, its flagship stealth fighter. On paper, it looked like a great deal. But India had already learned a painful lesson. In the Su-30 MKI deal, India spent billions and got little in return. Manufacturing costs inside India ended up being higher than simply importing the jets from Russia.
Hey guys, if anyone know how many money they spent for this, let me know in the comments.
Technology transfer mostly just benefited Moscow. India realized something critical. Being a buyer means being controlled. And the world doesn't hand over true power. You have to build it yourself. That's when the spark was lit. A decision was made that would change India's future forever. The AMCA project was born. India's first true 5th-generation stealth fighter, designed, built, and controlled by India itself. But what exactly is AMCA?
Wow, I like the design, it's so accurate.
And how does this one jet have the potential to shape the very foundation of global air power? That's what we're about to find out.
What makes
Before we dive into the specs, let me prove just how powerful and threatening this jet really is, with one undeniable fact. Remember how the US refused to sell the F-35 to India?
Yeah.
Well, just days after India publicly announced the AMCA project, Washington came crawling back, suddenly eager to offer the very same F-35s they once denied.
Okay.
Why the sudden desperation? Because the AMCA isn't just a jet, it's a warning shot to the global defense industry. In my opinion, India should never buy those F-35s. When someone begs you to spend $80 million per jet for 120 jets, you can be sure they're not selling strength. They're selling fear. India is now on the right path. With just a little more investment, it could not only match, but outclass the West in the 5th-generation fighter market. But how good is the AMCA really? Let's start with stealth. From the front and side, it's nearly invisible. The rear might not match the F-35's low observable performance, but every other angle, designed to vanish from
the design is so futuristic.
Compared to Russia's Su-75 checkmate, the AMCA wins, hands down. Better avionics, better sensors, a more mature design, and most importantly, more realistic. The checkmate is still a prototype on paper, The AMCA, already deep in development. What about the
Oh,
Su-57 Felon?
okay.
Sure, it's heavier and might win a close-range dogfight with raw agility, but in every other
Okay.
category, stealth, sensors, electronic warfare, weapon systems, the AMCA has the upper hand. So what gives AMCA this deadly edge? It's not just the frame, it's what's
Yeah.
inside the beast. This isn't just
Yeah.
a fifth-gen
It's the
fighter.
power
It's what
inside.
experts are calling a 5.5-gen aircraft. Why? Because it's loaded with
5.5
AI-powered combat
generations.
systems,
Wow.
tech that rivals even early sixth-generation prototypes.
Ah,
It's
okay.
like flying with a supercomputer that never sleeps, one that's constantly calculating
Incredible.
threats, locking targets, jamming enemy radars, helping pilots make split-second decisions before the enemy even knows they're there. Just look at what it can do. Detect enemy radar and analyze signal strength to instantly tell if you're being tracked.
Incredible, guys. Wow.
Automatically jam those radars using your
If you
own
think about it, few years ago, you are like, oh, impossible. Now it's possible with AI.
radar as a weapon. Lock onto enemies 10x faster than traditional systems, like flying with your own personal AWACS in the cockpit. This isn't future talk. This is India's now. So what's next? Firepower.
Wow.
Because all this tech means nothing if it can't dominate in a fight. And trust me, what the AMCA is carrying into battle is enough to give any enemy pilot nightmares. Let's talk weapons.
Let's see.
This is where things get very interesting. India isn't just building a fifth generation stealth jet, it's arming it with homegrown weapons so powerful they could turn the AMCA into a nightmare machine for any superpower. There won't be just one AMCA, there will be two variants, and the second is where legends are born.
Okay.
Mark 1 will take flight first, equipped with imported engines and sensors, but it's Mark 2 that will shock the world. Because this version, it's 100% Indian built. Every bolt, every
Oh,
circuit,
wow.
every line of code,
Everything.
no hand holding, no foreign tech, just raw Indian innovation.
Oh, wow.
And here's the jaw dropper. India's indigenous radar and engine aren't just filling gaps. They're projected to outperform their imported counterparts in power, stealth, and efficiency. Mark II will also bring in the next level of warfare, integrating sixth generation features like an AI assisted co pilot, turning every pilot
Incredible,
into a
guy.
one man
Wow.
army
AI
with
for
machine
pilots.
speed reflexes. This isn't just a fighter jet, it's a declaration. India is done following. Now it leads. Let's start with air-to-air capability.
I'm
India
very
recently
shocked. It's
unveiled the
awesome.
Astra Mark III, an advanced beyond visual range missile with a staggering range of 340 kilometers. That's nearly half the range of an F-22 Raptor's entire combat radius. Now imagine this equation. AMCA plus Astra Mark III equals deadawacs destroyed fuel tankers equals mission aborted. The AMCA will likely carry 4 of these missiles, possibly modified versions, to fit in its internal weapons bay, maintaining stealth. What does that mean? It means no enemy aircraft, not even from the US, can get close to Indian airspace without being eliminated before they even know what hit them. But let's go deeper.
Wow,
Because
guys.
air-to-ground
Incredible.
capability is where the AMCA becomes truly terrifying. Imagine this stealth jet carrying a hypersonic version of the BrahMos missile. Now,
Okay.
sure, it can't fit that in the internal bay, so it has to be mounted externally, compromising
Okay.
stealth. But that's a small price to pay when the missile itself has a range of 1,000 to 1,400 kilometers and flies at Mach 7. That's fast enough to obliterate any air system on the planet, even the most advanced ones. But India didn't stop there. It added something no one else has ever done before, an AI co-pilot. Yes,
Yeah,
the
this
one we
is a
mentioned
very
earlier, that can guide the missile, adjust its trajectory and altitude, and even help it dodge spams in
futuristic.
real time, right up to the moment of impact. Let that sink in. India's next-gen stealth fighter can take out any target anywhere, no matter how well
Anything,
defended.
anywhere.
While others compete for dominance, India quietly built the future. No noise, just one bold move. If the AMCA can take on the world, you can definitely take on that subscribe button. India launched the AMCA to checkmate superpowers. You can launch your possible. build a fully homegrown fighter jet.
Okay, guys, sorry, the video is finished. Okay, guys, I'm very impressed by the innovation about this and the things that is very surprising is the AI. AI is, incredible because in this year it will be improved, and I'm not scared, but let's see what happens in the next year because it will be the main character about our lives in 100%. And I think that in this case is incredible because AI copilot is shocking, it's futuristic, it's like what you see in movie and it's real life. So wow, and I want to know the price about it, and I think that yeah, it's innovative, the design is so accurate, so modern, and wow, it's 100% made in India. So congratulations, because with this video I always learn something new about things that I don't know, and I really liked the video. It was so clear to watch. Okay, guys, thank you for all the support, for have watched until this the video, and all the support. Namaste. Bye bye.